Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Make your life a masterpiece. Imagine no limitations on what you can be, have, or do. With this, I would ask the children to do your best in life without any limitations. Now, in this video, we are going to continue with the lesson How the Camel Got His Hump by Rudyard Kipling. Now, in the last class, we saw that there was a camel. This story started when the world just initially started and when the animals started to work for human beings. So, among these animals, there was one animal, the camel, which was very lazy. So, he didn't want to work. So, he stopped work, and the only thing he used to say whenever the other animals used to call and ask him to work, he used to reply only hump. So, and he was very proud of his back, beautiful back. So he'll be always sitting in a corner of a place and chewing the grass and doing nothing all around the day. So the ox came to him, the horse and the dog, everybody comes to him and ask him to work. As he was not ready to work, he was just doing his own work. He was not bothered about what others are doing. So these three were very upset. So with great sadness, they went and told the master that the camel is not ready to work. The master ordered them to do even the work which he is not doing. So they were burdened with extra work. So they were very sad. So with this, they were very sad and very upset. And when they were upset, they just discussed all these things with the jinn which came there. So when it was being given, the task was given to the jinn to just go and talk to camel, he readily accepted it. So now let us see what the jinn is going to do with this camel. So the jinn is going to camel and he's asking, why didn't you work since Monday? Again, as usual, the camel, as he used to reply to everyone, every other animal, he just said hump. So here, for the questions asked by the jinn also, the camel is not bothered to answer. He just said hump. Again, the jinn is not letting him just leave like that, but he's asking more questions. Why didn't you do any work and all you said was hump? Well, now you will have your very own ugly hump on your back, your beautiful back, and now you will be able to do 3 days extra work as you didn't work for the first 3 days. So here what happened? He was continuously asking, the jinn was asking the camel to go and work and why he was not working. So when he was being asked about why he was not working, the only answer he got was hum. So once he asked for the twice, he asked for three eyes. Then he warned the camel. Now, if the next time when you're going to say hum, you're definitely going to face a problem. He warned the camel. But the camel, he did not bother about what the jinn was talking about. So again, even after the third time, when the moment he said hump, there was a huge ugly hump which came out on his back. So with this, he was very upset and sad. So the jinn had told him that this hump has just come because of your laziness. So you must not have done what you have done. Okay. So he has missed already Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. He has missed his turn of work. So now he told him that you have to continue your work and you have to complete the work which you have missed for the 3 days. So this was instruction given to him, and the camel readily accepted the invitation and he joined the other three, the ox, the dog and the horse, and started to do work. So but in his own life he never just caught up with the 3 days which has missed at the beginning of the world. So he never learned how to behave. So the camel end of the day also did not learn how to behave in this world. So what was the moral that you get from this is, so what is the moral of the story? Do you work on time, because laziness never pays. So whatever work you are doing in this world, we must do it on time, and if we are very lazy, it is not going to help us in any way. So with this we have come to the end of this story. Now I would like to read the lesson for you all to better understand the story. So how the camel got his hump. So this was the beginning, as I told you, beginning of the world, and when the animals started to work for the humans, and even the jinn was very with at his wits end. So there was the end of the story. We have even a clever jinn there. So, in the beginning, when the world was new and the animals were just beginning to work for man, there was a camel and he lived in the middle of the howling desert because he did not want to work. He ate sticks and thorns and prickles, and when anybody spoke to him, he said, "Hump." Just hump and no more. Presently, the horse came to him on Monday morning with a saddle on his back and said, "Camel, oh camel, come out and trot like the rest of us." "Hump," said the camel, and the horse went away and told the man. Presently, the dog came to him with a stick in his mouth and said, "Camel, oh camel, come and fetch and carry like the rest of us." "Hump," said the camel, and the dog went away and told the man. Presently the ox came to him with a yoke of on his back and said, "Camel, oh camel, come and plow like the rest of us." "Hump," said the camel, and the ox went away and told the man. So here all three of them, they have come to the camel and asking him to work with them, the work they were doing on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. But this camel was just not ready to do anything and listen to anybody around him. He just said the word hump. At the end of the day, the man called the horse and the dog and the ox together and said, "Three, oh three, I am very sorry for you, but the hump thing is in the desert can't work, or he would have been here by now. So I am going to leave him alone, and you must work double time to make up for it." So here the man just called these three of them and told them to do the work which he has not done. That made the three very angry, and they held a panchayat on the edge of the desert, and the camel came chewing cud and laughing at them. Then he said, "Hump," and went away again. Presently there came along the din who was in charge of all desert, rolling in a cloud of dust. So here the three of them were very upset and angry, and as they were discussing, the camel just went around them and he was just chewing his regular food, and he was laughing at these three of them. And again, as usual, he said the word hump, and he went away. So after some time, a jinn just came around there in a roll of dust. "Din of all deserts," said the horse, "it is right for anyone to be idle?" "Certainly not," said the jinn. "Well," said the horse, "there is a thing in the middle of your desert with a long neck and long legs, and he hasn't done a stroke of work since Monday morning. He won't trot." "Whew," said the jinn, whistling. "That's my camel. What does he say about it?" "He says hump." "And he won't plow," said the ox. "Very good," said the jinn. "I will hump him if you will kindly wait a minute." So here the problem they were facing, the all three were facing, was being told to the jinn that the camel was not working. So the jinn readily accepted, and he told, like, just give me some time, I will go and make him do the work. So with this, the jinn is going to the camel. The jinn rolled himself up in his dust cloak and took a walk across the desert, and found the camel looking at his own reflection in the pool of water. So here the jinn, he's just going around, and he's just searching the camel, and he found him near a pond where he was watching his own reflection. "My friend," said the jinn, "what's this I hear of you doing? No work?" The jinn sat down with his chin in his hand, while the camel looked at his own reflection in the pool of water. "You have given the three extra work ever since Monday morning, all on account of your idleness," said the jinn, and he went on thinking with his chin in his hand. So here he was talking about why he has not worked from Monday morning. So 3 days work has been pending now for this camel. So just keeping his hand in his chin, he was thinking what is actually the camel is doing. Hump, said the camel. I shouldn't say that again. If I were you, said the jinn. You might say it once too often. I want you to work. So here, for the questions asked by the jinn, he was replying only with the word hump. So here he was very angry now. So he just warned him. Now if again he is going to use the word hump, that is going to be really bad for the camel. And the camel said hump again, but no sooner had he said it than he saw his back, that he was so proud of, puffing up and puffing up into a great big hump. Do you see that? Said the jinn. That is your very own hump that you have brought upon your own self by not working. Today is Thursday and you have done no work since Monday when the work began. Now you are going to work. So here, as soon as the camel told hump, there was a huge hump which just popped up in his back. So looking at this, he was like, it was very strange for the camel to see a hump at his back. So the jinn just told him that this is just because you were telling hump again and again, you got a hump now. Now from Monday you have not done any work, so you have to make up for your work. He is instructing him. How can I, said the camel, with this hump on my back? That has a purpose, said the jinn, all because you missed those 3 days. You will be able to work now for 3 days without eating because you can live on your hump. And don't you ever say I never did anything for you? Come out of the desert and go to the tree and behave. So here he's telling that there is a purpose why you have got this hump. So with this hump you can live for 3 days without eating. So you just don't have to eat for the 3 days and just do the continuous work, so that you will just finish the work which has been left it, which he has not done for the past 3 days, that is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which he has skipped from doing. So he has to make up for those 3 days. So for that purpose you have got this hump. Come out of the desert and go to the tree and behave yourself. So he is just telling them that just go out of the desert and go be with this tree, that is the ox and the horse and the dog, and work with them and behave yourself. And the camel went away to join the tree, and from that day to this day, the camel always wears a hump. We call it hump now, not to hurt his feelings, but he has never yet caught up with the 3 days that he missed at the beginning of the world, and he has never yet learned how to behave. So here he just goes back to those animals and started to do his work as the other animals were doing. So but even though he has started, he has never finished the work which he has missed in those 3 days. So and he has never learned how to behave also. So with this we have come to the end of the story. Thank you children. Have a nice day.